Well, straight away, let's get live updates coming in from Rishabh as well as we stay with those pictures that are now coming in. Rishabh, good afternoon. As the Guard of Honor will now be accorded to Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Significant visit, and as we have been mentioning that this is the first visit of Indian Prime Minister to Austria in Europe in last 41 years, the last Prime Minister being Indira Gandhi back in 1983. Now we have Narendra Modi visiting, and remember, Austria has been a long-standing friend of India. We are celebrating 75th year of diplomatic ties with Austria this year, and remember, while after the deeply polarized world post World War II, India was instrumental in ensuring sovereignty to Austria, and that is something that is the beginning of the relationship between the two countries. But the trade between the two countries are really balanced, while it stands at 2.93 billion USD in last financial year. Both the countries have been long-standing partners on various issues, and the democratic values of both the countries have been abiding each other for years. So very important visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a short but very impactful. And as we are seeing the Guard of Honor at the Chancellery in Vienna for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and you'll have discussions, delegation level talks, business CEO level talks, and others. It will be very interesting to see how the day unfolds and what Prime Minister speaks to the Indian diaspora, who will be meeting the Prime Minister later tonight.
Absolutely, because already we've seen pictures of warm welcome that has been accorded to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is the ceremonial reception at the Federal Chancellery that is taking place as Prime Minister's visit to Australia, during which, as we are expecting the two nations, India and Austria, to explore further ways to deepen their bilateral relationship and also closer cooperation on many geopolitical challenges. But of course, in the last 40 years, Rishabh, that we are looking at a particular visit that is being done by an Indian Prime Minister.
Well, definitely, this is an important visit that has come off late. For last 40 or 41 years, there hasn't been a Prime Minister level visit to Austria, though we have had other visits, including the presidents visiting Austria as latest as 1998 or 99, but that too also is 2 decades ago. Apart from having said that, if we talk about the other things, Austria has an Indian diaspora of about 31,000. 31,000 Indians or Indian origin people live in Austria. Most of them belong to the state of Punjab and Kerala, and it will be interesting to see how Prime Minister connect with them this evening. Apart from that, if we talk about this visit, why is this visit so significant? Remember, Austria right now also, as we are living in a polarized world, there is one side of NATO and the other side of Russia when it comes to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And after visiting Russia, Prime Minister visiting Vienna is a very clear message that India is engaging with the neutral partners. India itself is neutral. India believes in peaceful solution to all the conflicts, diplomatic solution to all the conflicts. So does Austria, and both the countries now stand together today to ensure and send out a clear message that peace is the way forward, not the conflict.
Absolutely. As we stay with those pictures that are now coming in, as far as Prime Minister Narendra Modi also calling on the President of the Republic of Austria, the Alexander Van der Bellen, and holding talks with also the Chancellor of Austria, Karl Nehammer. And of course, this is the first meeting that the two leaders had, in a moment of a bear hug and a handshake and selfie. That was also seen, that a moment when it comes to the two leaders also enjoying. And of course, when it comes to the Prime Minister himself, he has said that the two countries, India and Austria, share values of democracy, freedom and the rule of law, from the bedrock upon which the two countries will build an ever closer partnership. And this visit is a special honor, as it marks his first visit by an Indian Prime Minister in the last 40 years, and also a significant milestone, Rishabh, that he said that as we celebrate 75 years of diplomatic relations.
Well, definitely, the 75 years of diplomatic relations, November 10, 1949 is when India and Austria established their diplomatic relationship. 75 years to that as well. And as we have been talking, that when Austria was coming out of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, and the outcomes of World War II was ensuring that Austria is also divided between the blocs, Austria remains steadfast, and India supported Austria to ensure that the sovereignty is restored to the country, with Vienna as the capital. And since then, there have been multiple exchanges between the two countries. There have been presidential visits, there have been prime ministerial visits.
Right.
This prime minister visit.
Well, Rishabh, please to stay on with us. Mr. Shankar Reddy is joining us. He's joining us live from Vienna. Well, Mr. Reddy, good morning to you, rather, as the pictures that are coming in of the ceremonial reception that was accorded to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. What are the engagements looking like as of now this morning?
Thank you very much. So this seems a very historical high-level visit in a prime minister level, ever since the last one was in 1983 by Indira Gandhi, and Austria is so advanced and happy to welcome His Excellency Prime Minister Modi. Yesterday, we had a very grand reception hosted by the Embassy of India last night, wherein which we have welcomed the Prime Minister, and today he's been tight-packed schedule. And we are looking forward for the engagements today. And today we also host a very big gathering of an Indian community event where the Prime Minister will be addressing of about 500 participants who are looking forward to listen his views.
Right. And as far as these engagements that are also concerned, Mr. Reddy, what do you believe would be the highlight as far as these two countries and these two leaders that have been meeting? Of course, as you mentioned, that this visit has taken a longer time than possible, nearly 4 decades.
Ever since there's been a long overdue of the prime minister levels, and right now concrete engagements are being in place, and migration and mobility agreements and MOUs are being also been signed. And former times, His Excellency Jaishankar was also in Vienna, wherein which the trade, migration, mobility sectors have been highlighted, wherein which they stress and emphasize both with India and Austria, which have been a very good friends from a very long time. And India and Austria have laid a very solid foundations, exchanging mutual respect in terms of education, cultural exchange, and many more. But
Right.
from now, it will be a new chapter for the Indian startups to invest in Austria, and the Austrian startups likewise to invest in India.
Well, of course, that will get along multiple opportunities for people from both sides there. But Mr. Reddy, last question. As we are looking at the Prime Minister's visit, he's coming after completing a successful visit in Russia, sir. How is Australia looking at that?
So Austria is a very neutral country in that, and in these aspects, I don't have nothing much to comment, as we are celebrating the 75 years of diplomatic relations, and a very special guest of us is here today. So we look in a very positive aspect of this, and also marking a history after 3 consecutive times Prime Minister being elected in India, one of the largest democracy in the world. And so this is very much a positive engagement of this for Austria.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Reddy, for joining in and for taking out your time and speaking to us. Of course, these are multiple engagements that we are standing by. And of course, the interaction that is likely to happen when the Indian diaspora has given a warm welcome, a rousing reception to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Back with the updates.